Have you ever found yourself just accepting whoever comes into your life and just like no questions asked? Like, oh, you're here, so let's figure out how to make this work. Like, you must be in my life for a reason. Okay, so like all right, let's just see. Let's just do this. And you just kind of accept it, and there's not really any evaluation done on if this person is somebody that you want to spend your time with or anything like that. You just kind of accept it, like they kind of come into your life and oh, they're supposed to be here. Well, I think this is common. I think this is a common thing that we kind of don't even realize subconsciously or consciously. We do it subconsciously. And so, like, the point today is to begin to understand that in order to be more intentional with our time, get more of the outcomes that we want, especially if we want to find somebody to spend our life with, right? Or if we want to find better friendships, or if we want to find better partnerships, or whatever that looks like, understanding that we have to be a little bit more selective and intentional and just wise about who we spend our time around and who we give our time and energy to. And it really does start with knowing what you actually want and getting really clear about that. Like for me, that was something that I really have to do even continuously, you know, and the list, as you kind of start this list of getting clear about what you want in your life and who you want to spend your time with and like the values that you want them to have, what you value, right? And you really start getting clear about that, the list might keep growing. That's what I found. I found that as I keep building the list, it keeps growing and changing because I come across more things that I realize I value or that I want, you know, qualities in somebody that I spend my time with as you keep going and having more experiences. And you have to allow for those changes and you have to allow for those adjustments and not being so rigid on keeping the same, you know, values and or the same list and like limiting yourself, you know, like allow what you want to have some flexibility and to change and grow as you change and grow. You know, it's okay to let some people go that maybe shouldn't be in your life to open the door for more people that should be in your life. More people that are aligned with what you value and what you actually want. You know, like this is your life. We get one chance at it, and really honoring that and being intentional, knowing what we want, knowing how we want to spend our time, who we want to spend it with. It's almost, especially, I feel like this is a good way to think about dating. Like when you're really looking for somebody to be with. I mean, when you're going to commit to somebody, that is a lot of time and energy that it should be from both parties, right? So when you're going through this process, I feel like a lot of us focus so much on, well, what should I be changing to fit into their life? Or how do I get them to like me? Or, you know, what is it that they're looking for? And do I fit that, right? Well, I think those are actually the wrong questions to ask. I think not to make it sound like it's not personal, but to almost kind of step back and think of it as an interviewing process, right? For me, that's how I finally kind of realized you have to almost think of it. Let it be, especially at the beginning when you're first meeting someone, it's kind of like an interview. You don't know this person, and the more I think valuable questions to be asking is, do they fit into my life? Do they have the same values I have? Can I see myself with this person? Like honoring the fact and respecting yourself that you are worthy of finding someone good and not having to change yourself to fit into someone else's life, but you want to bring in something that can help benefit your life, be an addition to your life. So this also has to come from a healthy place, and you have to be aware of your values and your needs and wants I would, recommend it coming from a healthy place, right? And a mature place and an honest and authentic type of place. But just knowing that and having the respect enough for yourself to sit there and ask, not how do I fit into their life, but how do they fit in to my life? Is this going to raise the energy in my life? Is this going to increase it? Are they going to be able to help me grow, or are they going to tear me down and cause me unrest and anxiety? And how do I feel when I'm with them? Not what are they thinking about me? Do they like me? No, do I like them? Do I feel good around them? These are the type of questions that I find I had to learn to start asking myself. And I think any of you listening, if you're really honest with yourself, that might not be, if you're watching this, that might not be something that you tend to ask yourself. A lot of us focus on what the other person's thinking, changing ourselves to kind of fit into them. Or some of us might want to try to change them to fit in, right? And that's not necessarily a good strategy either at all, because we shouldn't be focusing on changing someone else to fit into our life, but just being neutral about it and just kind of asking, do they fit into my life? And then accepting whatever that answer is, and understanding that if they don't, then isn't it better to find out sooner rather than later, so that you don't spend too much of your time and energy on something that isn't really what you're looking for? I mean, if you're not really looking for anything lasting, and it's fine for you to just meet someone and not really care too much about how much time or energy that's being invested, because you don't have, a plan for anything, and you're not looking for a relationship, or you're not looking to invest very much or whatever, then maybe that's fine. Maybe you both are on the same page, and that's totally fine. But if you are, then understanding that if you want to have more of the results and outcomes and improve your life, it is important to evaluate who you're spending a lot of your time with, and who you're putting your energy into, and who you're letting into your life. And just because somebody walks into your life and they seem fun and they seem, like a good person, and there might be a connection, I feel like sometimes we think that just because somebody comes in and they don't, and they just kind of stay on their own, that we have to let that happen, right? We can choose to end things if it's not working for us, right? We can choose to give more space and protect our own energy and protect our own peace and our own lives, because it's our life. And some people, maybe that person was meant to teach you something. Maybe they were meant to be in your life for a year, a couple months, or a couple weeks, or 5 years, or whatever it looks like. But if you start to realize that it's not really aligned with what you want anymore, or it never was, allow yourself the permission to, without guilt, to put some more distance between you and that person, and really honoring that that's your intuition, and that's your body telling you that it's not right, and listening. and really listening to that and having the respect for yourself and your time and your energy, and being a little bit patient that what you are looking for will come if you are more intentional with selecting a romantic partner, a business partner, a friend, whatever that might look like. If you have a little bit more intention and you're more clear about what you're looking for, and you can communicate that maybe, or you just have more intention behind it, more awareness, right? And then the ability to say no to the wrong ones allows more opportunity for the right ones to come in. And I just really think that that is something that I still have to remind myself of, and that I learned that's really a whole different outlook from what I would have believed or thought growing up. You know, growing up, as many of you probably know, we just sometimes think that because somebody comes in and we get along with them, that, like, maybe they're supposed to stay. Like, maybe I have to make this work, right? Especially if they're wanting to be in our life, right? But not necessarily, you know? And there's a lesson to be learned in that, and there is something of value to that. But it doesn't necessarily mean that just because somebody comes in, they have to stay. Not if it's not serving you, not if it's not aligned with you. So really getting clear on what you want and honoring that can really help. Can really help you start to really move in the direction and have more of the peace and happiness that you want, and more of the connection, the true connection that you want, right? And just saving time. It allows you to find the person that's right for you that much faster. And just working on patience. Patience can be key in this. And that can be really hard. That can be really hard when you've waited a while and you're tired of being patient. But sometimes you just have to be patient a little bit longer and know your reasons and enjoy the process and enjoy the time that you have with yourself. You know, if you're looking for a romantic partner and you haven't found them yet, they're out there. And the journey of working on yourself is really important, so that when you do find them, you're the best version of yourself that you can be, and enjoy that process. Trust that the universe is on your side and is working for you. Well, that's all I have for today. So watch some of my other videos, comment, share, like, all the things, and I'll see you guys next time.